So my roofing company I bought was doing about 1.8 million. I just bought it this January. We're on pace to do 10 million this year already. Just literally, and it's a simple things, Tommy. I did. First of all, the first thing I do with every company I buy is
let's go into the story about, you've had a pretty rough life. If you don't mind, we could maybe share some of it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it a rough life. I think it's relative, right? You got to keep things in perspective. I'm one of 14 kids. My dad had 14. My mom had 9. 9 brothers, 5 sisters. 4 of my brothers are passed away. I grew up in out of orphanages, group homes, foster care systems, in trouble. By the time I was about 20, 21, I straightened up and, hit a few bumps. But, listen, I regret some of the trouble I got into, let me put it that way, but I don't regret the path I took to get here because I'm just wiser, better, and, built some great companies, have some great leaders around me.
You talked on stage here at Vertical Track, and you were just talking about how you and your brother just used to go through some real crap.
Listen, business is the same thing. I mean, we, went from being locked in the bathrooms to being beaten. I mean, I was beaten by every adult male that I knew probably to the time I was 13 or 14, just beaten half to death, me and my brothers. I mean, just abused. That comes with that pattern of life, right? I mean, that's just what happens. The system fails most people. That's what people don't realize. But, you got to dig in, move on, and there's two types of people. People that can see the positive in things and people that can see the negative. I never look back and hold any ill will. I just want to move forward and keep building what I'm building.
Well, yeah, it's a victim mentality. Their whole life, everything they do, they'll continue to be a victim. You and Bill took me out, let us come out there, and we had a blast. We got to see your shop, and it's not like 5 guys are working there. There's I don't even know, there was 100 people there on computers doing crazy stuff. It's a huge company. So your guys are just optimizing all day long.
All we do are working on campaigns to help people grow their businesses. I mean, that's what I fell in love with. That's what I started with, and I still love that more than anything else today, believe it or not.
You've got these home service companies. You've been very fortunate because you combine a little bit of sales experience, which you're really good at sales, with really good marketing. It's crazy. Things explode. I love the operations, man. I love the day-to-day. I love call bookings. I love my dispatchers. But, man, if you can't keep that phone ringing, booking those phone calls, and getting guys out there that can convert, you're not making money.
No, every time someone's sitting, you're losing money.
You've been pretty good. You took companies, I don't know if you want to go into the details, but pretty low, couple million to 20 million plus.
Oh, yeah. My HVAC company was doing $2 million when I met them. We're going to crack a little over $15 million. Could even be higher this year. That's in 20 months. I only bought them 20 months ago. When you have Lion reporting and our AI, people say don't be weather dependent. I mean, well, you don't have to be weather dependent, but weather does play a role into some things. Let's be realistic. When it's hot out, you jump in a fucking pool. Everything comes down to advertising. I truly believe that. If you can do advertising and you can get leads and you can feed the machine, you can bring people in that are great at doing systems and processes and how to sell. But the hardest thing to do, honestly, is get the phone to ring in most companies. Now, some people have that. They've been around, their phones ring, and they can't handle the work. Then you have a demand issue, right? So that's when you got to bring someone in that understands demand, process, and systems.
Me and Jim talk about this a lot, capacity planning. It's making sure you got enough jobs, but you get too many, you start to get people that just are like, this one's tough, I'm going to move on to the next one. It's like you almost spoil them with phone calls. Have you ever experienced this is a tough customer, I don't want to go through the process. I know I got 5 calls today, which 5 calls I believe is too many calls for a tech, at least in my industry.
So we try to keep it to 3 for all my companies today.
That's good.
We try to keep it to 3. We really try to limit them to 3 for my roofing company. So my roofing company I bought was doing about 1.8 million. I just bought it this January. We're on pace to do 10 million this year already. Just literally, and it's a simple things, Tommy. I did. First of all, the first thing I do with every company I buy is the advertising, right? We start looking at the website, SEO, Google LSAs, Google AdWords, social media. Then we, believe it or not, this sounds so stupid. See your slick A1 shirt? Believe it or not, this sounds crazy. We put you in a shirt with your logo on. I mean, I know it sounds woo! But most companies don't even have that. And then we obviously go on Service Titan, which I'm a big believer in Service Titan. They're actually opening up to the roofers for my companies and painting, because I believe Service Titan's the future for any home service business. That's my opinion, but